Chapter 10. A Courageous Act, Yet Doomed to Fail. There is an old saying, once spiritual beliefs enter a family, they stay. And friends, this was so true for our little hero, Tribhuvan. From the time he was a tiny child, Tribhuvan was different. Not in a strange way, but in a beautiful way. There was something deep inside him, a pull towards a spiritual life, a love for sadhus, the holy monks of the Jain faith. And who put that spark in his heart? His great grandmother, his beloved Ratanba. Since his earliest years, Ratanba had told him stories about sadhus, how they lived simply, how they never hurt even the smallest creature, how their faces were always calm and peaceful. These stories did not just go in one ear and out the other. They went deep into Tribhuvan's heart. A picture of the perfect Jain sadhu was painted right there, inside his young, open mind. These holy men, these sadhus, lived by a vow to never harm any living being, not even the tiniest insect. When they needed food, they did not go to a market or cook a meal. They practiced something called gochri. They walked from house to house, collecting just a little food from each home. Rich home, poor home, it did not matter. They never burdened anyone. They used no electricity, no vehicles. They owned nothing, no house, no money, no belongings. They lived with the bare minimum. And yet, they were the most peaceful, most satisfied people Tribhuvan had ever seen. That is what he wanted to be. More than anything else in the world, Tribhuvan wanted to become a Jain sadhu. Now, not many 7-year-old children visit the upashray, the monk's resting place, every single day. But Tribhuvan did. Something inside him pulled him there, again and again. You see, spirituality ran in his family like a river. Ratanba had passed the baton to him, quietly, lovingly, through every story and every prayer. Just like a doctor's child grows up dreaming of becoming a doctor, Tribhuvan grew up dreaming of becoming a sadhu. By the time he was just 3 years old, Ratanba's way of life had already inspired him to think about an ascetic life, a life of letting go. And to show how serious he was, at just 7 years old, Tribhuvan made a vow. He promised himself he would not eat his favorite sweet, ghebar, until the day he took Diksha, the formal initiation into monkhood. 7 years old and already making a vow like that. The town of Padra was regularly visited by Jain sadhus, and Tribhuvan, with his sharp mind and pure heart, could always tell the difference between a truly sincere sadhu and one who was not. He offered his full devotion only to the real ones. One such gem of a sadhu was Muni Sri Siddhi Vijayji of Surat, lovingly known as Munshiji Maharaj. When Munshiji Maharaj came to Padra, Tribhuvan practically lived at the upashray. On school holidays, he only went home for meals. The rest of his time spent in the company of sadhus. It was here that Tribhuvan grew, especially close to Muni Chandan Vijayji, a disciple of Munshiji Maharaj. Inspired by this great monk, Tribhuvan made more promises to himself. He would not eat anything after sunset, and he would drink only boiled water. He also read. Oh, how he read! Almost every book in the Upashray Gyan Bhandar, the library of religious books translated into Gujarati. He read them all. By the age of 9, Tribhuvan had no interest in the pleasures of the world. His heart burned with one desire: renunciation, the letting go of everything. One day, Muni Chandan Vijayji looked at Tribhuvan with great affection and asked, "My dear child, How long will you wander in this world? What is stopping you from taking Diksha? Tribhuvan looked up and said honestly, I hate the sinful life of this sansar, this world of attachments and desires. I am scared of what it does to the soul. The endless cycle of birth and death frightens me. There are times when I want to leave everything right now and take Diksha. Muniji leaned forward. Then what are you waiting for? Tribhuvan took a deep breath and said, Sahibji, I am the only heir of the Manchand Fanachand family. My family will never give their consent for my Diksha. And my great grandmother Ratanba, she loves me more than life itself. She says I should take Diksha, but only after she leaves the world. I am very confused. Muni Chandan Vijayji looked at him steadily and said, Tribhuvan, if you are truly determined to take Diksha, no one can stop you. If you want it, I am ready to give it to you right now. Are you ready? Tribhuvan's eyes lit up. His long awaited dream was right there, within reach. Yes, he said, I am ready. The plan was set carefully. Munshiji Maharaj was a wise and thoughtful man. He said, giving Diksha to a minor child in Padra would cause trouble. It could even become a police matter. Better to do it in Baroda. And as it happened, the students of Padra Government School had to travel to Baroda to sit their final exams. So the plan was simple. Tribhuvan would go to Baroda for his exam, stay the night at the Kotipol Upashray, and the next morning he would receive Diksha. Munshiji Maharaj and Muni Chandan Vijayji quietly went to Baroda ahead of time. The day came. Tribhuvan went to Baroda, wrote his exam, and then walked straight to the Upashray. He sat there, waiting, watching the night pass slowly, eagerly waiting for the light of dawn. Back in Padra, the family was worried. Tribhuvan had not come home. And there was someone who had been watching and sensing. Tribhuvan's uncle, Tarachand Bhai, had noticed how close Tribhuvan was getting to Muni Chandan Vijayji. Something felt wrong to him. Without wasting a single moment, Tarachand Bhai rushed to the Koti Pol Upashray in Baroda. He walked in and there was Tribhuvan sitting and talking with Muni Chandan Vijayji. Tarachand Bhai's voice rose like thunder. Beware! If anyone here tries to give Diksha to my nephew, I will not spare them. His words echoed off the very walls of the Upashray. Tribhuvan was only 9 years old. He could not say a word to his uncle. Tarachand Bhai took him by the hand and walked him all the way back to Padra. Just like that, Tribhuvan's first attempt to take Diksha had failed. But here is what makes Tribhuvan who he is. He did not cry, he did not give up, he did not despair. If anything, his desire burned even stronger. And the entire sadhu community of the region now knew this little boy, Tribhuvan, was a truly worthy candidate for Diksha. The world had tried to stop him, but some fires cannot be put out. End of chapter 10.